You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn connects you with experts from all over the world to help you take charge of your career, your business, and your life. Rap along with us. Visit drjacalyn.com to learn how to become a guest or a sponsor. And now, the doctor is in.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're joining us from in the world. We are so happy to have you with us. This is Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn. I have a story to tell. And we are live streaming, as always, on Business Talk Radio and social media. I just love this program because our guests get to come on and tell us about their story. I am your host, executive producer, director, and broadcast engineer. I'm the one who is taking us out over the airwaves. And this has been such an incredible journey, learning all this technology. And I really appreciate your support and following us, watching our shows. I'd like to introduce my guest who is joining us from Paris. Yay, I love Paris. Her name is Feliana Citradewi. Welcome.
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn. Thank you very much to invite me. I'm so excited.
I am thrilled that you were here. We were talking backstage a little bit about your story, and you are really a fascinating person. You come originally from Indonesia, and now you're living in Paris. What you've accomplished so much, you're an entrepreneur. Your company is Shopmate, and you're currently looking for investors. We're going to talk about that. But before we do, why don't you share a little bit about what you were doing before this? Because it's quite interesting. I love what you're sharing about your education and also your business experience.
Yes, sure. Well, thank you very much. First of all, I'm very honored to be one of your guests. And I'm Feliana. I'm from Indonesia. I'm still Indonesian, basically. So I have my undergraduate study in France. I come in France when I was like about 18, and then I learned French because I didn't speak French at all back then. Bonjour. Now I can present myself very well. And then I started with University of Law, public law in France. Is not something that is very easy to start with, but I managed to do that. And then after that, I continue to enter social and political sciences. That's why what I really wanted to do, since I come from Indonesia, and I really would like to learn social and political science in France. It seems a very fascinating country, human rights and everything. So I did enter social and political sciences master, but at the same time, I also did my international law study because I didn't want to abandon basically my law study. And then after that, I continue my study for ENA. It's called École Nationale d'Administration in France. It's like let's say Harvard of France. For example, our president Emmanuel Macron come from this school, and many of other presidents come also from this school, François Hollande, etc. So basically, it's a very elite school in France that just been closed by Emmanuel Macron recently because indeed people think that it's too elite. So this is my background. I did also a communication, public communication in Sorbonne in the same time. So I love study. I did a lot of master, and this is what I do. And I'm basically the first Indonesian woman who entered this last school, ENA, École Nationale d'Administration. And I'm happy to represent also my country in France.
Congratulations. That is outstanding. I'm so proud of you. Truly
Thank
wonderful.
you.
So you mentioned that the school is now closed. What are they actually doing for it to open up again? They're looking at a different admissions process?
Yes, basically, it was like a school that is very selected. There is this concours we call, which means that exam, entrance exam that is very tight, very difficult and stuff. And then after that, they will basically form some public servant that will directly entering minister. Once we out from the school, the French student will be directly sent to the minister, to the like a very top level administration in France. So this is what people criticize. Basically, they think that, like, a very young student and then suddenly enter the school and then go out, and then they can direct a very high position, as well as in public and in private sometimes. Mostly in public, but after 5 years they can go in private sector. So it seems like a too elite for some people here because of the crisis and everything. But now what they do, the president promised to close the school, but basically they will be replaced with a bigger project of a school that is more inclusive in a way. So including more, for example, people from the let's say, like, from the area that is a little bit unfortunate or something like that, because they say there's not a lot of mixity there. It's always like a student that come from a rich, let's say, family or something like that. They want more inclusivity there. So this is the project. We don't know yet how it will be, but it's in process.
Thank you for sharing that, Feliana. How do you feel about it? How do people there in Paris feel about this?
Well, I think most of the people are happy. As an ex-student, I feel that it's unfortunate because it's actually like a very French. They devising all of the point of view, which means that some of the people very happy about that. Some of the people, like, they don't like this closing. They feel that this is a French symbol. Like, could you imagine Harvard tomorrow will be gone? Like, no more Harvard. It's weird, right? It's the same. Like, why should we erase the school? If the function is not very good, then just let's fix what happening there, what is not good about it. Not to close the school. It's not the solution. Moreover, we are not closing it. We just change the name and then keep the same system. So I mean, like, rather fix the things that is not work than just change the title and keep the things that is not work. Like, so for me, I'm a little bit sad because I feel that it's a very good school. I was an international student there, so I didn't have a pressure of a ranking, because this is also, there's the specificity there. There is a ranking at the end of the scholarity that will define where you will be sent in the ministry and stuff. And more you high in the top of the ranking, you will be sent to the very, very top level of ministry. So that's also like make people crazy inside. Like, they are fighting and then like compete with each other in the manner sometimes that is not healthy. So this is like maybe also the problem there inside. But me myself, I'm international student, so I was super chill. I'm also like an exceptional profile, not because I'm exceptional, but in a way that normally international students supposed to be whether diplomat or people who already work for the ministry of their country. But they accept one or two exception, like me, that I was student back then. So I didn't have any pressure, whether from the ranking or from my ambassador, from my country. I was just so free. So I enjoy a lot the scholarity.
So, knowing that you graduated from this elite school and now you're an entrepreneur, what would you say was the education or the skill set that you took from that experience into Shopmate?
Well, basically, I will tell you something that maybe it's a little bit not in my advantage, but I will say anyway. The school bring me a lot of things for my life, but not specifically for entrepreneurs. Why? Because indeed, I feel that I need to unlearn all the things that I've already learned. Because in public sector, it's very different logic somehow, like what we are facing in entrepreneur world. Why? There, for example, in public sector, we are taught to follow the rule, textbook, like apply the law, right? But in entrepreneurship, everything is chaotic, everything is, we need to be agile, we need to adapt, we need to feel the market. We cannot just impose what we want. We will impose the rule, we will impose the law, and then people will follow. No, we need to listen. Indeed, we need to listen to the market. We need to adapt our product to what they want and all of this thing. So I think that it's bring me a lot of things that is also, of course, after all, can be very useful in entrepreneurship, such as general knowledge, how I can proceed logically with all of the process. I know the rules very well in France, so I know how to deal with administration, to subscribe my company, to all of these things. I'm doing it very like very very good. Then my company like has no approach for GDPR, for everything, so it's helped in this way. But for the mentality, I think that I need to unlearn, and I'm happy to unlearn and learn even more. So this is, I think, that what I can share about the parallel link, the advantage and also the disadvantage in a way.
I love your energy, and you're obviously highly intelligent and extremely passionate about what you're doing. So, uh, so thank you for that. I'd like to talk now about ShopMate. What was the idea that sparked this desire to create this organization, and what are you doing at ShopMate?
Yes, so basically, I'm the founder of ShopMate. It's simply the application to group people who would like to buy online together in order to get free and more ecological delivery. So, why this idea come from? It's basically not to saving other people; it's to save my problem. I love online shopping, but I think that now in the COVID moment and this pandemic, it's become like necessary, to buy online because the store is closed, for example, like in France. But I think it is unnecessary to pay, for example, €5 when I want to buy a t-shirt for €15. So it's like sometimes 20 to 25% of what we want to pay, it will goes to delivery. And it's have nothing to do with the quality of what we buy. So I was thinking, okay, this is my first view. And then secondly, when I go to a post office looking for my package, and then I saw a lot of package from that come from the same brand where I bought, some the repetitive brand that we know that I will not cite it. It's always there, a lot of package. So I was thinking, they were for sure my neighbor, and then they buy exactly the same time like me in the same brand, and potentially they also pay delivery like me, and they also pollute the planet like me with all of this delivery and this package and everything. So I was thinking maybe there is a platform where I can know where is my neighborhood like to buy in the same website like me, so I can group with them. But I didn't find it. So that's why, since I got this idea, and then I think it more and more, I discuss it with many people, and many people has the same problem. Basically, they told me like, yeah, for sure, I already abandoned my chart in online shopping because the delivery is too high or something like that. So basically, 60% of a chart in the e-commerce is abandoned because of delivery costs. So this is where the idea of ShopMate come from, because I was thinking in every website you have this minimum purchase to get free delivery. So if we basically group with other people who also would like to buy a small purchase, they are in around us, so we will pass this minimum purchase to get free delivery, and also reducing in the same time our environmental print, because one instead of two delivery, one instead of two box plastic packaging and everything. So this is the whole idea where it's come from, ShopMate.
I think that's fantastic. And it makes perfect sense what you're saying, because there is so much waste. And to your earlier point, there is always some minimum threshold of what you have to spend to get free delivery.
Mm,
So I think it's tremendous what you're doing. And I want to even go a little bit deeper into it so that for people
sure.
watching and listening, they can have as much of an overview. And then, of course, we'd like to have investors look at this project as well. So we're going to take a commercial break, and then we'll be back. My guest is Feliana, and she's joining us from Paris. And what she's doing as an entrepreneur is good for the planet, the community, good for all of us. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's what we do together that counts. The Big Alliance story. A true story about faith over adversity, perseverance, and entrepreneurship. Read Earl's story and how he became an entrepreneur. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and Audible.com. For more information, contact Earl Hurd at earlhurd@bigalliance.com or call 1-800-460-4242.
When all my broken sneakers started to pile up in the wardrobe, I realized that we have a problem. Sneakers are made from plastics, and plastic is not mendable. My name is Philip, and I'm one of the founders of Our Choice Fashion. How many times did this happen to you? How can eco sneakers save the world when they break after only a few months and we have to buy pair after pair that breaks? We are here to give you the solution, a choice for truly sustainable fashion in the world's first circular sneakers. On average, we all buy 3 pairs of sneakers each and every year. This adds up to 25 billion sneakers per year, of which most end up in landfills. This adds up to 350 million tons of CO2 emissions, the same amount as for the country of Italy or the state of California. So we started to develop a product that would have all the old-fashioned qualities. It is mendable, it has a classic design, and it has a natural comfort. Because we chose the best designer there is, Mother Nature. The sneakers get more and more comfortable the more you wear them. Made from vegetable tan leather and natural latex from the rubber tree, the sneakers are both sustainable and comfortable. These sneakers are made from pure raw materials that are both fully biodegradable and fully recyclable. The best thing here really is that when your sneakers need an upgrade, you just send them right back to us using the same bag that you got them delivered in. We then resole your sneakers, put on a fresh pair of laces, and give them a nice new polish. This means that you can wear your sneakers for many years to come. Our sneakers are more than sneakers. They are a circular function, and we developed a smart pull for you to step into your sneakers without stepping down the heel. This means that you get a truly sustainable grip. We've got a fully circular business model, and that's why we'll only produce sneakers on your demand. Book your product now and get that sustainable grip at a discount. We've been on this amazing journey for 2 years, and now we're inviting you to also make a choice for truly sustainable fashion. Try the world's first circular sneakers, 100% plastic free, and I can promise you that our choice will be your companion for many years to come.
Other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn. I have a story to tell. I'm your host and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and my guest, Feliana, is joining us from Paris. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you to you.
We were having a really good discussion before the break and really fascinated with all that you're doing. So you shared with us the idea, what the strategy was behind becoming an entrepreneur. And then you shared with us your company Shopmate and the platform and the value that it brings. Let's dig a little bit deeper and talk about if I'm a consumer and I'm interested in being involved with ShopRite, tell us how that process works, if you would.
Yes, of course, with pleasure.
I'm sorry, Shopmate. Did I say Shopmate?
Shopmate.
We have stores here in the States called ShopRite. I don't know.
Okay,
Shopmate.
Now it's like a soulmate, but it's Shopmate.
Shopmate, exactly. So share with us what that looks like. Yes.
Yes, sure. I can even show you in my phone, but simply I will tell you first how it works. We have also some video in YouTube. But simply, if you would like to buy, for example, from X brand, I don't know, let's say something like Zara or something, just select the name of the brand from Shopmate, and then put the amount of the item that you would like to buy. For example, I would like to buy a dress that costs 25 euro from Zara. So I will select Zara and then I put 25 euro. Okay. And then if in my surrounding it's geolocalized, so if in my surrounding there will be someone also who would like to buy from Zara, and then the additional of our purchase will pass this minimum amount to get free delivery, we will match. Simply we will match. Shopmate will match you, and then you can chat. When you come to chat and then discuss what you want to buy and stuff, we are basically just to link people, to match people, and then you can discuss. And once you discuss, for example, I match with you, Dr. Jacalyn, and then we can say what I would like to buy and stuff. And the most important, decide who will buy for both. For example, I will be the one who buy for both because I know you will buy this and then I will buy this. And then we agree I will be the lead in a way. There is two button, lead and mate. So the lead is the one who will buy for both. If I will be the lead, I will just click the button lead, and then I will be directed to the website, to the website of Zara, and then I will buy for both of us, the both item for you and for me. But you, Dr. Jacalyn, you will stay at Shopmate and you will be the mate, and you will be directed to pay your part in Shopmate. So when you pay your part, I will see the amount that you pay in my wallet. But of course, it's still securized. I cannot use it until I give your item. We will meet in our neighborhood, and then I will give you item. You will give me the code, and then I will get the reimbursement of the amount that you pay. Simply all of this. That's why also the interest of Shopmate is it's securized completely the transaction between the two. So this is the whole process for user for Shopmate.
It sounds very simple. So, a question I have: what if no one in my neighborhood wants to buy from that provider? Then what happens?
Well, basically, of course, like all the consumer application. For now, we are still focusing in Paris, and we try to basically focusing in some area that is more dense. And if you don't find yet your match, you will match with my team that will explain to you, in a way explaining to you that how many people is in your surrounding, how many potential match that you will have. And yeah, it's for now, it's still mechanical. Our team will take care of you and will match with you, and will discuss with you. Maybe if we will say you are not matched because in your surrounding there is not so many people, but a little bit farther there is this person, maybe you can match. Or when it's getting bigger, Shopmate, don't worry, you will match more often and quicker, of course, like all of the consumer application. Once it get a critical mass, you will get very easily the match.
That's really fascinating. I'm wondering, you were in the corporate world and you left. Are you 100% committed to Shopmate?
Yes, of course. I'm 100% committed to Shopmate. Why? Because back then I have an experience in private sector. I was like in the communication team for the CEO of L'Oreal Group, Jean Paul Agon. And I have also experience as a business manager in a small consulting firm, but under a big company called Randstad. So I was about to be promoted in my last in my last company, basically. But I have this idea of Shopmate, and then I discussed with many people, and I was thinking basically, this is the things that I really want to do in my life. It's to do really something that is my creation, and that have more impact for people, not only like in my small job, and then like doing the things that just like for daily life, and like I want to have a bigger impact. And Shopmate, I think, really bring me this opportunity, and also to give me an opportunity to do something for other people and for the planet as well, because it's also reducing, because I'm talking a lot about the economical side of Shopmate, but it's also reducing the number of delivery in last mile kilometers, and all of this packaging, plastic, etc. So this is why I'm very committed to Shopmate.
Well, we're glad to hear that. I'm just putting on an investor cap and just thinking how, that would be one of the questions the investor would probably ask.
For sure.
So also looking at that, what you're doing for sustainability is truly important. And that's why I ran that clip for Our Choice Fashion, because Philip Westerland from that company, I'd like to put you guys
I
together,
love
by
it.
the way. Yeah,
Yes.
I will introduce you. So here's another question I have for potential investors. So have you quantified how much money you're looking for, and how will that be used?
Of course, basically we are already launched our first, let's say MVP plus version since early this year, and then we already got like thousand of user that really love us, give us a lot of feedback, because it was in my head, and I try to imagine the product how it should look, etc. And then now I know what exactly the product that the user need and want. And then we have a small team, only like my CTO and myself. I need to thank also my team, because of them that we have now the product. My CTO is Raul Kapoor. He was the one who developed all of this, our first product. And now we need to strengthen our team. Basically, what I would like to do with the investment is to hire 2 developers to actually help my CTO to improve the product for Android, iOS, the platform, and everything, and also hire 1 product owner that will make sure every day our product will fit to what our user need. This is the most important. I will not be paid anyway. This is not the round that I want to just like get a salary or something. I have my own anyway income, so this is not the issue. But the issue is I want to create a perfect product that will match, that will fit with my market, with my user, and to give them the best service for this. So this is what we need. And the amount, basically, that's why I'm not looking for a big amount of fundraise. I only need intermediate fundraise. For now, we are looking for 250,000 euro. So basically, this is for the intention to hire 2 developers that we already know, we already identify. It's the friend of my CTO that he already work from time to time, because they are friend. They help us, but I want to I want to hire them so that they can work with us intensely to create the better product, and also to hire 1 product owner that will be very needed to make sure that the product will be perfect, and also of course sometimes a marketing budget. But I will tell you, this round of fundraise will not be spending all in marketing. Why? Because it's useless to spend thing in marketing when your product is still yet not finished in a way. So I want to create the best product first, and then the inbound marketing. I mean, like very concentrate and very like targeted marketing. For example, for Christmas, for example, for Black Friday, for sale. This is specifically like the moment where people buy the most online. So this is where we will inject a small budget of marketing, but that's it. But the rest is really to hire people and to make to create a perfect product.
Fascinating. So let me just make sure I understand what you said. So you're not going to be taking a salary. You're not paying yourself.
Yes, we are
And
the founder. We are like having our own income, so we don't. For now, it is not the issue, and this is an intermediate like a fundraise. We would like to have another fundraise next year, and to generalize, like to have a bigger fundraise next year, and to have like the bigger budget for marketing and everything. But for now, we are very like young, and we are very early, and then I want to keep as much as possible the part for us, for the team, and that's why like we are looking for a small amount of fundraise for now. This is what we need. I don't want to like raise a lot, and I don't know what to do with. And in this stage, this is really what I need, and I know exactly why I need it and how I need to do with it.
so it sounds like you need 250,000 euros, and you're going to use this for hiring individuals and then also to make the perfect product, as you said. How much equity do you and this other person have in Shopmate? And do you have any other investors?
Well, basically, I have myself around like 80%, so I'm the majority, and my CTO have also 15%, and we have some small investor already invested in the term of safe. If I think that in the US it's similar to safe system, which mean that they already invested money, but it not yet translated to the part. It's not yet like they don't have their part yet, because the condition for it to be the part is once there is a fundraise. So which means that once I got my first fundraise, this part will be done, but it's a very small amount. Basically, it's we already like given maybe like around of 5% of with a small individual investor back then.
Thank you for that. We have a question before I get to it. So, how much equity are you willing to give to this new potential investor?
So we are opening 15% of our equity for now because of our valorization. We are already like valorized it with the French banks, so we know this is the part that we are about to give for this amount of money.
And based on your sales trajectory, what do you think your revenue is going to look like? Your sales revenue for 12 months, 24 months, whatever you've planned out.
Sure. We already like have this projection because we are already in process with some French business angel institution to basically to is already like in advanced process of negotiation, and also in some individual business angel that are already interested in individual title to invest. Basically our projection for 2022, it will be like around almost 1 million, the what we call it, the turnover, and then for the year after, it will be around 7 million, and then within 3 years it will be that we will reach this 10 million turnover. So this is the projection based on our forecast for 5 years. I have it, of course. Also, I can communicate this data when there is investor that is very serious to want to deal with us. We already have all of the pitch deck and everything ready because we are already in process in some investor in France, and it's quite close to the ending of the investment. So I'm currently in some of the process already.
Yeah, I can see that. You obviously know exactly what you're doing. You know what you need, and you know what the return on investment would look like as well. So here's a question we have from James Hill. Hi, James. Does the company
Hello.
get paid from the companies they buy from, or is it a fee from the buyers?
Oh yeah, it's a super. Thank you very much for the question, because maybe I even forgot to mention it. Basically, for user, it's completely free, because I don't think that it's logic. You propose free delivery and then you ask user to pay even a cent. So it's free for user. Our business model is super simple. It's commission based from all of the brand that we are partnering with. Our brand that we are already in affiliation with today, it's Amazon, AliExpress, all of this big brand, Topshop, Nastigal, and Guess, and Converse, and we have hundreds of big brand, and also some local brand in France called Malindo, Bonjour Le Bon, Upskin, that already use ShopMate as their free and greener delivery option in their website. So the answer is, for user it's free, and then the partner that will give us the commission, the percentage based on the purchase that come from ShopMate.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful because, right, why would you charge the user when you're trying to save the user from having to pay that delivery fee? So
Exactly.
we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I'd like to talk about your expansion. So you mentioned going from 1 million to 7 million. I think that was in 1 year. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
This, like, until 2023, this is what we will
23.
reach.
Okay, perfect. I'd like to talk a little bit more about that. I think this is fascinating. I'm so glad that you're here today. So let's take a break and hear from some of our sponsors. We will be right back.
With pleasure. Thanks.
The world of healthcare is benefiting us in many ways, but the risk of becoming a victim to an airborne infection is increasing at a fast pace too. There are threats from viruses, allergic pollen, and chemicals which cause you loss of health, income, business, mental health, family and friends. All are at stake. One solution to this threat are the BV Air Sanitation Placide-based systems. When you call our team on 0208 104 3253, you find out about the amazing protection available. Protection that uses certified Battlefield, tested, standard and customized air disinfection systems for your personal and business use. Each system uses a filterless technology known as Placide, which attacks all airborne particles with microlighting to destroy and eliminate viruses and other harmful particles in your office, transport and home. You also benefit from extra bonuses such as low running and maintenance costs, no regular filter and part changes. You get to work with our trained experts and professional staff and be made aware of the latest in airborne protection and disinfection strategy. Keep yourself healthy by working with our trained experts and Placide virus killing systems, which keep you safe from airborne viruses. BV Air Sanitation Limited. We save lives, save businesses, and prevent infection. Schedule your free consultancy call and virus protection checklist. Call 0208 104 3253 or connect to us on www.bvbuster.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio on the planet, and the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to Business Talk Radio, where we take business to the next level.
Hello and welcome back to this fascinating interview with my new friend Feliana, who's joining us from Paris. She is the founder of ShopMate, and boy, does she know her numbers and know what she's doing. So congratulations on everything that you've done so far.
Thank you. Congrats to you too for your broadcast and amazing all of this thing. I saw that you're super active and productive, Dr. Jacalyn. Congrats.
Well, thank you. A big reason why I like to do this is to hear people's stories. And if we didn't have platforms like this, like Clubhouse, for example, how do we get to hear like what you're doing? It's fascinating. So I want to go back to your sales projections, and I also want to understand if you think there will be additional funding, another rounds that you will need from investors.
Exactly. Basically, that's why I'm looking for now. I think for startup, it's quite like a small seed amount because I think that it will be an intermediate fundraise. And then I preview already the next fundraise next year during early spring because this is where we will need to market all of our product that's already perfect. We need to make our product perfect first this year, so that we will need to looking for another fundraise next year in order to market it, like to generalize the use of ShopMate. Thanks to our product that is already fit, and also thanks to the first early traction that getting bigger, and then we will project it and amplify it with the new fundraise next year.
Wonderful. How do you plan on growing sales from 1 million to 7 million?
Yeah, basically, at the like for now, we will hire only like technical people, right? Developers and also product owner. But next year, we will looking for marketing specialists and also business manager that will, in the two ways of ShopMate, growing our application very fast. First, in the consumer side, to actually generalize the use of ShopMate, make it well known, and growing the visibility of ShopMate, that is of course creating and generating all of the traffic and as well as the purchase. But also in the same time, we will have the business manager that will grow our business with the partner that will actually pay us. We can negotiate the tariff. I know that I already negotiate in some of them. They are open to increase their percentage of commission, thanks to basically the number that is growing from ShopMate. So once we have even like a better traction, we can negotiate the commission that will getting bigger. This is how the two track that can make the number grow. Also, there is one thing that we need to consider is we have the bigger cost that we have, only because there's not so many costs for now that we have, is we are also paying the Stripe commission, because we use Stripe to securize the transaction between the lead and the mate. And this is still like a little bit expensive. Why? Because we still have like a small community. But I already talked with them, and we already negotiate the preferential tariff once we will get a critical mass. So the tariff, our spending will decreasing hugely thanks to this preferential tariff, because our community also getting bigger. So it will only like scaling.
It's so exciting. I'm so glad that you're here to share this with us. I was wondering, in the last couple of minutes that we have left, I'd like to spotlight you again and have you talk directly to any potential investors who are out there why they should invest with you.
Yes, sure, with pleasure. Because basically, now we are already in process with some of the Friends Institution of Business Angel. So some of them is already very in advance. Even some of the business angel say that if the institution would not love to invest in ShopMate, I will at least invest individually. So that's why we have already like some individual business angel that is ready to invest individually. And we are still opening for other business angel that would like to invest in ShopMate, to welcome you on board. But also what we need today, why it's very interesting, because we are still very early. So this part, it's still like very big that we give like 15%. It's still super big for it's huge for a startup. I think the opening for such a small amount that we are looking for now. I mean, like, of course, because it's still early, it's cheaper. This is the logic. So therefore, I think it's very interesting for an investor to invest in it. But also, my vision is very far for ShopMate. We want to really disturb, I mean, like doing a disruption for this company, like in e-commerce, really like changing the way people consuming, to be more ecologic and in the same time more economic. So this is the far vision of ShopMate. I think it's really can make a revolution in this industry, because if we can be the intermediary process in between user and the brand before buying, it's like really disrupting. Sorry, the word is disrupting this industry.
You absolutely are disrupting things, shaking things up. So let's just summarize for potential investors out there. This is 250,000 euros for 15% equity stake in ShopMate in this round of fundraising.
Yes, and yeah.
And the money will be used for developers.
Yes, to looking for two developers that we already identify, because this is the friend of my CTO that help us from time to time. But this is not how company work. Help from time to time. We need to hire them and to internalize them, and they are ready to join us once we have, of course, the fund. And they already used to work with my CTO. This is what is important, because we know that they will work very good with our team. And also, we're looking for one product owner that will make sure that the product will be always perfect, and then in the way that what our user want and need.
Well, for everyone out there who's watching, who's listening, and maybe you won't be watching live, maybe you'll be watching on one of our 11 channels later. How do people get in touch with you, Feliana?
Well, people can get in touch with me as well as in LinkedIn. Some investor reach out to me on LinkedIn on my name, Feliana Citradewi. It's a little bit complicated to say, but it's not very complicated to write. So, Feliana Citradewi from LinkedIn, and also you can contact me on email, feliana.citradewi@shopmate.fr. So yeah, this is how you can contact me. I'm also on Clubhouse now very often. By the way, we met Dr. Jacalyn and me from Clubhouse, so you can also reach me there under the same name, Feliana Citradewi.
Fabulous. Thank you for sharing that. Just for people who are on the radio who can't see the banner, I just want to spell your name. It's FelianaCitradewi. So go on
Exactly.
LinkedIn and look for her. I am seriously so proud of you and so excited about what you're doing. And it has an impact for the whole world. So I would love for you to get your funding and come back and tell us how things are going.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Jacalyn. And last thing, if I can say, to thank you really to invite me here. I feel so blessed that you welcome me. I also would like to share one news that I haven't shared with anybody. Still like internal. We will change our name from Shopmate to this will be like early May, but I will say it here. It will be Liver. Why? I'll tell you. Because at the beginning, Shopmate is nice because it sounds like soulmate. But at the end, I realized people didn't get it. They think that we push them to shop. But it's exactly the contrary what I want. I want people to can only buy what they want and not pushing themselves to buy more because they feel to have free delivery they need to buy more, but they can group with other people to feel the same way. So this is why the name Shopmate is very nice, but it's showing a wrong message, I think, somehow for our user. That's why we will change it to Livert in French. It's like the abbreviation of livraison verte, which means that green delivery. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
It will be Livert.
Livert.
Yes,
Livert.
exactly. Livert. I hope that
It kind of almost sounds a little bit like delivery if you say it. I think that's,
exactly
yes. Okay,
delivery,
wonderful.
liberty.
Yes. So everyone out there watching and listening, please reach out to Filiana. I think what she's doing has great potential for the whole planet and for sustainability. And
Oh,
who wants to pay delivery fees? Nobody wants to,
yeah,
right?
nobody. And
Nobody.
even for the e-commerce, like they don't even want to pay if they can. It's just
Right.
like no good for no one and no good for planet.
Exactly. Well, keep doing the fabulous things that you're doing, and I'll look for you over on Clubhouse. But we seriously would love to have you come back and tell us how things are
Sure.
going.
With
Uh,
pleasure. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacalyn. And also keep
Thank you.
doing what you are doing. You are rocking, really.
Thank you so much. All right, my friend, I will see you later. Have a beautiful
See you in
evening.
Paris too next year.
Yes, next year I'm going to London and Paris. That's for sure. We're going to be
Please.
broadcasting live from London and
Yeah,
Paris. So I will definitely reach
exactly.
out, but we'll be in touch between now and then anyway. So, all
Sure.
right, take
Thank
care. Bye
you.
bye.
See you, Dr. Jacalyn.
See you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, I love having people like Feliana on this program. That is what it's all about. I have a story to tell, and boy, does she have a story to tell. Look at all she's accomplished and what she's doing. So I hope that there will be at least one person out there who will contact her and make an investment. I hope there'll be a lot of people, but at least one of you, please. Okay, I just want to go through the rest of the shows for the day. And we have coming up at 3:30 Eastern Time, which is 8:30 British Summer Time, Pet Psychic Amina, and our guest is Janet Childs. At 5 p.m., which is Eastern Time, and then that would be 10 p.m. British Summer Time, we have Stories of Hope, Inspiration, Overcoming Adversity, and our guest is Stephanie Loreas. We've interviewed her before. She's coming back to give us some updates, which I always love. We love having our guests back. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 11 p.m. British Standard Time, we have the Variety Show with co-host Lori Mendelson, and our guest is Shasta Townsend. So all these shows are going to be terrific. You can join us next week. I'll just give you a quick overview of all of our shows. You can go to our website, which is drjacalyn.com, and you can learn about our shows there. You can also go to drjacalyn.com and see how you can watch our shows. As I mentioned, we are live streaming to 6 platforms. Please do me a favor. Please don't tell me about my podcast. This is not a podcast. This is a live streaming broadcast. And we are scheduled out for months on many of our shows. Our show then becomes a podcast on 5 other platforms. So we have our Celebrate Great Britain Royally Rich show with my co-host Al Cini, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena Chard. And we've got 3 fabulous guests for next week. That's Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 3:30 p.m. British Summer Time. Then at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock British Standard Time, we have the Underdog Show with Ben Shai. Ben Shai, love Ben Shai. That's 12 o'clock, as I mentioned, and then 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. British Summer Time. We have the Business Show with my co-host and partner, Mr. Al Cini, and 2 more shows, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, which is 9 p.m. British Summer Time. We have A Better You, lessons from the best coaches, consultants, and trusted advisors. And if you're not on this platform, I encourage you to go to abetteryou.tv. I'm going to look for our banner. This is a presentation platform. It is not an interview platform. This is where you, as the expert, present a 15-minute lesson to help us be better personally or professionally. Then we ask you to put together a 5-question quiz, and with some editing, a little magic, we take the lesson and we take the quiz, we package it together, and we put it up as part of a playlist on our learning portal. Why is this important? Because while you're doing your job as a coach, consultant, or trusted advisor, you can't be selling. So you will have a passive income stream coming in from the learning platform, from the playlist of lessons that you have developed. So we hope that you will join us for that. We also have Journey to a Better You, which is our in-person event. We're planning on 10,000 people. Why not? Putting it out to the universe. And we will have this event in October, the 2nd or 3rd week of 2022. It is an in-person symposium and a trade show. So we hope you will join us for that. We will be pre-selling this summer. And finally, I want to share with you my book cover. I have a book coming out, my first ever book, Behind the Green Screen, How to Succeed in the Live Broadcasting Business. This is my how to do what I did. I created this platform since August with no experience, and also some personal stories intermixed about how and why I left corporate America. Ooh, so you don't want to miss that. Thank you again for being here. We will see you again soon for our Pet Psychic show. We love you wherever you are in the world. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for being with us. If you've missed any of our shows, as I mentioned, we have 14. You can head on over to our YouTube channel, which is Dr. Jacalyn, DrJacalyn LLC, and you can watch all of our shows there. Thank you so much, Ben Shai. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, folks, we'll see you later. I'm going to get something to eat and quick wardrobe change, and I'll be back with pet psychic Amina and our guest, Janet Childs. Bye.